Hello gaming community, this is Darth Spriggan coming to you by way of Darth Spriggan Media, and this is episode number 2 of the Looking for Party podcast. I am happy to be doing this every single week. We got about 5 news articles to go over today. We're going to go over the games that I played this week. We're going to go over the games we're going to play next week. And always we're in with my retro perspective on the game that I played in the past that we're going to talk about. All right, we got all this stuff to talk about. So thank you for joining me, and let's have some fun. So the first thing we want to talk about is Epic Loot. I go through and I scour the internet to see some of the best deals for you to help you save some money. And I got 3 games this week that I think you're going to really enjoy. They have some really good deals going on. First game is Hogwarts Legacy. So $8.59, 79% off. You can get that at Fanatical right now. So pick that up if you always wanted to play the Hogwarts game or a Harry Potter game. I've heard nothing but great reviews about this game, and it did draw up a lot of controversy at one point, and but the game is great, so pick that up. Also, if you always wanted to play Witcher, right? Witcher 3 is on sale, 80% off for $7.99 on Steam. So they have all games that are like made in Poland. They got like a little sale going on right now, but pick up that game. You're gonna like that game a lot. If you haven't picked up the first 2, do so. But if you want to just check out 3 to see if it's something that you might like, get that game. The last game we want to talk about is kind of a little bit different than most games. It's in the series, which is Far Cry. Far Cry Primal is on sale for 85% off for $4.49. So it's different than the other Far Cry games. I have played it just for about maybe like 5 hours, and I enjoyed it a lot. So I think it's something that you probably want to pick up and just try out, and then that is a very good price. You could get the Apex edition for about $1 more. But if you want to just see about that game, guys and gals, pick that game up, try it out. That is an Epic Loot for the weekend. You also have free games on the Epic Store that you can pick up as well. So check those out. If you're an Epic Games member, you got the app in your phone, or if you got it on your desktop, which they're different. They got different free games for each, but download that and update your library so you can have some really good, cool free games. And then I can't do a podcast without pumping up my TikTok shop. Shameless plug as it is every single week. The Meet Pico Black camera is on sale right now. If you had kids that need it for school, if you're starting out live streaming, if you need something, around the house, you just need a camera for it is a good price. And I'm showing you the camera right now as I'm doing this podcast in all my live streams, so you can see what it looks like. So it's a very, very good camera, and it can do up to 4K images. Okay, now let's get into my adventure log for the week. All the games I played this past week. This has been a very good week of video gaming. I've enjoyed it a lot, and I've met some new people, so it's been great. We started out Sunday in City of Heroes. Had a great time. I loaded up my mastermind on my villain side, brought it over to the hero side, which you can do, and had my pets out. Had a great time. Played that for about 4 hours this week, and had a good time. Gained a few levels out of that. And I just realized that I really love, as you guys know, necromancer type, games and summoner type games and characters, and I just had a blast with that. So I'm going to continue leveling up. His name is Darth Spriggan, by the way. And we'll be leveling him up in City of Heroes going on in the future. So if you decide to team up with me, I'd love to bring you along and love to have you. So just let me know. Download City of Heroes Homecoming today, and let's start playing that game together. It is a hell of a lot of fun. And then on Monday, we loaded up Metroid Prime. And I love this game every time I get into it. I'm almost at the end of the game from what I remember. And the Omega Prime boss that I fought this week took me a while to figure out how to beat it, but I finally got it. So we beat that boss. We spent majority of the time trying to figure him out because he has a lot of different modes and screens that you got to go into to actually see what he's doing. And then it took me a while to figure out which weapons were the best ones that I can use against them. But then I kind of ignored the ads a little bit, and I was able to beat them. So that was exciting. So Metroid Prime ended with a bang, and we'll pick that up this Monday as well. So come join me on Metroid Mondays. I'm eagerly awaiting the release of Metroid Prime 4's release date so that we can get that dialed in. So we will be doing a 24-hour stream on that game. And then I played Xenoblade Chronicles X on Tuesday. And the same guys that came in that helped me out as far as figuring things out in the game. It was another great week. So we were able to grind up some parts for my scale, which is the mech name of the game. And there's a specific way that you can, grind up tickets, and you could take the tickets and buy parts for your mech in the game itself. So there's an old way of doing it, and we actually did that process in the game on live stream, but there is a new way to do it that some of the people in the community have figured out, and I will be showcasing that on this Tuesday. I will be doing that process to show you guys how you can farm tickets to be able to trick out your mechs faster. So stay tuned on that, and join me in that game as well on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, we played Shadow Labyrinth. This game is surprisingly good, and the reviews were not that incredible on the game. They were kind of lukewarm, but when I looked at the videos, I thought the game looked really good. So it's a Pac-Man game, honestly. It's a side-scroller Metroidvania game, and it has kind of like a dark twist to it, which I like. And the people in my community liked the game a lot. And I enjoyed the game playing it. I got about 5 hours to the game, 4 or 5 hours to the game so far. And I would say, I give it a thumbs up, man. So if it's a game that you're interested in buying, it's not full price like most games. It's not a $60 game. I got the secret edition for the Switch, and it has some extra goodies in it. So if you want to know what those goodies are, ask me and I'll pull them out on stream and I'll show them to you. But then we raided a fellow streamer, and he was excited about the game as well. And it was nice to meet them. And it was kind of cool because he have a game on Steam that he's made. And if you come into my streams, it's an online kind of like RPG almost, but it looks like a Pokemon game. So if you hit !RPG in my chat, it'll come up with this nice little cool game. You're going through a dungeon, you fighting creatures, and it's a cool thing to do while you're watching me live stream. And then in between the times when I'm stepping away, either going to the bio break or getting something to eat or whatever, or taking a break, it's something really cool to do. And you level up in the game as well. And from what I read, you can join forces with other people on the stream and go into dungeons and actually fight people. So let me get the name of that game for you so you can pick it up yourself. It's called Micro Stream RPG. So if you see that game, you know what, pick it up. It was only $6.99, and then you can support the small streamer, which I'm always in favor of doing. And then, which I was so excited to do all week, was to play Battlefield 6. So playing is mainly because of the disappointment that's been happening in Battlefield since Battlefield 1, which is the greatest Battlefield game ever made. And 6 is doing a great job bringing a lot of people in. I'm enjoying the beta. It started out kind of rough. The UIs kind of was a little weird. It wasn't showing me what matches I was queuing up for. And I would say, man, I am having a great time with this game. It's going to be even better once my boys come in and we start playing the game together. So the first part of the week and the majority of my live streaming has been with the medic, which is support class. So I've been doing that a lot. And they have challenges that you can do during the open beta. And I got 4 of them done so far. So I got the challenges done for the medic and get into like level 15. And last night, I had a lot of fun doing the engineering part of it, which is probably one of the hardest ones to look at on stream because I'm constantly repairing tanks and stuff. So, but that was a lot of fun. So I got those 2 objectives done, and then I ended up last night toward the end of the stream jumping into the assault class and pulling out that OP shotgun. So people call it OP, but I will say this: when I was far away from people when I was shooting it, it wasn't beaming people, and it took multiple shots to kill somebody. But when you up close on somebody, you one shot them, and it feels so good. Sorry to the people that I bagged last night. I bodied like 9 people in one match, and with that gun, it was a lot of fun. So, but yeah, it's going on right now. The queue times are really long at the beginning of the early access. I'm seeing a lot of people log into the game on my Steam friends list. They got access to it today because the open beta is open out to everybody. So if you wanted to try out this game, and if you're a big Battlefield fan like me, and you're hoping to see that this game is going to do well, just give it some love and try out the beta, and then so you can make an informed purchasing decision if you're going to pick up the game or not. So I am about 90% sure I'm going to pick up this game after the beta. They just have a few things that they need to clean up for me, but I think in the state that it's in right now, it's promising to see where the game is right now. And then oh my God, yesterday I played Elite Dangerous. I had a great time playing the game. I was having fun. I was learning the process, going through doing the power play process. And to make a long story short, once I finished figuring out some things, I wanted to go back and do some bounties because I couldn't figure out this one way on how to get this quest done. It's a lot of intricacies in figuring out how to get stuff done in that game if you haven't been doing it for playing the game for years and you're not a veteran. So I went back to the starport to switch my cargo, ship that I was using for my ship that I used to do all my fighting in, all my dog fighting and stuff. So I figured I'm going to do some bounty runs so I can level up and get my merit points that way to raise my power play rank. And the game was basically saying that I had too much cargo in my ship that I was currently using to be able to switch to the smaller ship. So in most games, when it's giving you like a warning message, you would think that it was saying, okay, do you want to, sell the cargo? I ended up selling my ship. The ship that I spent months engineering, playing with, and just having a good time. It's probably funny to most people, but it was kind of funny to me as well when I looked at the highlights of it. But man, it's a horrible feeling when you sell your ship and you can't get it back. There's no buyback feature, and there's really no reason why, logically in your mind, that if you have too much cargo in a ship, that you will be selling the ship that you're trying to get into. Now let that sink in. That really doesn't make sense. I don't even know why that option's in the game to sell your ship when you're trying to switch over to it. So I sent a message to the Frontier team. Hopefully they can restore my ship. If they can't restore my ship, I'm not going to say that I'm going to not play the game anymore, but it's going to take a lot for me to get back into it, because to me that just doesn't make sense. So we'll see what goes with that. If Frontier restores my ship, that will be a fantastic thing for them to do, because I'm a commander in their game. And I'm hoping they do that and I can get my ship back. I'll put clips up on what happened while I was doing that part in the live stream after I get my ship back, and then I can sit back and laugh at it. But right now it's not funny to me because I put a lot of time into that game, and I want my ship back. And please, Frontier, take that out of the game. If you have too much cargo in the ship you're currently using, why in the hell would you want to sell the ship that you're trying to get into? Logically, that makes no sense at all. So fix that, please. That needs to be fixed. And then later on today, at the time I am, recording this podcast, I'm going to jump into the Drag and Drive Global event. I'll play that for 4 hours. Hopefully I'll meet some of the developers playing that game. They're supposed to be out and about playing. They had an earlier event earlier today. It was too early in the morning for me, 3 a.m. I wasn't doing that. I'll play that today, see how that is. Going to have some fun with that, and then we'll end up the day playing some more Battlefield, 6. But that is pretty much my adventure log for the week. So it was a very, very good week. Met some other streamers, had a lot of fun. It's been a good week. So I'm looking forward to the week coming ahead. And this is my quest log for this week, and I hope you guys like it, because I have a lot of things that I want to get done, and hopefully you could come along with me in my quest log and play some of these games with me. So tomorrow I will be starting out the day playing Ashes of Creation. This is the MMO that I pretty much started this process on of getting my YouTube channel monetized. Want to become a Twitch partner, and I definitely want to be a partner with them and streaming their game, because I believe in the development team and what they're doing. And this is one of the 2 MMOs I'll be playing in the future that are pretty much my last hopes of me getting back into that genre and falling in love with it again. I'm still in love with it, but I want to fall in love with another game like I did Star Wars Galaxies, and a game that's actually currently on and live from the developers that that originally made it. So we'll be playing Ashes of Creation early in the day, and then based on how that goes, not sure what time I'm going to play Battlefield 6 open beta, but hopefully I can get enough done today to get the assault class done, and then we can start working on the recon class so I can see which sniper rifles are good, and then I have to detect like 300 players to be able to get that objective done. They have a list of objectives that need to be done if you want to unlock stuff in the game itself. So that's tomorrow. That's Sunday. And then Monday we'll be back into Metroid Prime. I'm looking forward to getting toward the last boss or filling out the map. There's not that much else for me to do. From what I see, unless there's a new area that I haven't been to. And then we'll be, getting toward the end of that game, hopefully within next week or the week after. And then we will load up Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. I'm looking forward to playing that game. I barely played that one, and I desperately want to get that one done before Metroid Prime 4 gets a release date. If they do a sneaky release on us with Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, usually Nintendo doesn't do that. I'm guessing it's going to probably be a December release, probably early to mid-December, because we are already in August. And if they do that, then that'll give me enough time to play, Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, and then I'm going to throw in Metroid Other M, which I wasn't a fan of, but maybe this time, it'll be different, and we can get in and play some Other M. And then once I beat Dread, I can start doing some of the older school GBA versions of Metroid, which is Zero Mission and those like that. So, and then on Tuesday, we're going to jump back into Xenoblade. We're going to continue to work on leveling up and improving my Ares 90. And then if we get it to the point where we get all the components maxed and to the point where I want it, then we're going to jump into either this week or next week, chapter 13 in the story, and then we'll beat that, and then we'll start doing all the extra stuff in the game. I'm going to start chasing achievements in that game and filling out that game before I jump into Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3, which I want to do, because there's a rumor that they're going to announce the newest one probably soon that they're doing in that series. And then on Wednesday, our Fresh Drop Wednesday stream, we always play a new game that I either purchased or just came out, and this game called Nocturary. I'm very excited to play it. It's a visual novel and an action RPG at the same time. The community had a lot of fun last week, as I said before, with Shadow Labyrinth. I think you guys are gonna have a lot of fun with Nocturary as well. So I'm looking forward to playing that on Wednesday, and I'm going into that game blind. I don't know a lot about it other than the genre that it is. And then on Thursday, we'll be jumping into Metroid Dread. We're going to work toward getting to the end of that game. Having a fantastic time with that game. I hate when I take these long breaks and not playing it, because when I go back into the game, I'm fumbling with the controls because I'm playing Prime, and then I'm jumping in Dread, and they are two totally different games, 2D and 3D. So I always have to get my muscle memory back in and play. And then I'm at the end, toward the end, I think, of Dread. So a lot of these bosses are getting pretty difficult, and it takes me a little while to beat some of them. And then if, and only if, I get my ship back, we'll be back into Elite Dangerous on Friday, and we'll be working on our power play rank and doing some community event things there as well. So fingers crossed, hopefully I get my ship back and we can be back in my Furtherlands, out there in space in the void doing what we do best in Elite Dangerous. And then on Saturday, I know that I talked to one of my partners that I stream with. She wants to play some City Heroes on Saturday, so I'm looking forward to that. But mainly I'll be jumping in Donkey Kong for that morning, and then we want to get toward the end of that game and start beating that game. So I got a lot of games that I got that I'm close toward the end of beating them, and I beat like 6 games this year so far. So I'm very excited about my quest log for this week, and we got a lot of things to do. So stop by the live stream. Stop by, say what's up, come chill out, and see what's going on, and bring people with you, because you know what, we need to get to that 50 concurrent viewer account so we can start pushing for Twitch partner, because that is the goal of me becoming a full-time content creator. I'm 8 days into doing this, and it's going okay. But you know what? I already know it. I've been doing it for 3 years, and I already know it is a slow, gradual process. And hopefully we'll meet some people in the community and we can get this going a lot faster, because I put a lot of time into this, as all of you know who know me. So this is something that I really want to do. All right, and then also here, I got all my social channels that I want to just show right here. If you wanted to, these are all the channels that I stream on. So I'm on 6 different platforms at once. All of them are not being shown here, but I am on Facebook as well. I am on Instagram, and I'm on a couple other sites. I'm on Trovo in areas like that, but I don't stream on Trovo that much until I get a big enough following. But I'm on all of these different platforms. So here you go. All right. And now let's get into the patch notes. We got a lot of news to go over this week, and it's a lot that we need to talk about. So very excited about it. So first topic we're going to go over, Rod Ferguson is somebody that I've been following for a long time. I'm a big fan of a lot of the people that run Microsoft. I'm a big Xbox fanboy. And he's been working on, he worked on all of the Gears of War games, and he went to Blizzard to work on Diablo, and he decided to leave. So when I looked at the article and did a lot of the reading on it, it seems it has a Cliff Belinsky feel to it to me. Cliffy B was a person that worked on Gears of War as well and went off to make his own company. And I'm expecting probably Rod Ferguson is going to do the same thing. He has enough experience now. He has a lot of people that he's helped during their career, I would assume. And I'm pretty sure that he can make a powerhouse team and make his own company. And he probably has an idea of a game that he wants to make, and maybe because he's right now just working on Diablo, is probably something that he can't do. So good luck to him. He's made and helped made one of the most iconic franchises in Gears of War ever, and then he's had a great career and moved on to be able to work on Diablo, which is a beloved series in the gaming community. According to most it is, but most of the hardcore Diablo people think Diablo died with Diablo 2. I do believe that Diablo probably should go back to its roots and make a game and kind of ditch this seasonal content process that they do play in their games, because Diablo wasn't really made that way. That's kind of way the games are made today, and a lot of fans of that series are not big fans of that. So I think they should probably do that. But good luck to you, Rod, and whatever you do. I hope you continue to make great games and continue to make us gamers happy. Now, the next article we want to go over is GTA pricing. Now, I am one of the ones that believe that, that GTA 6 is going to come out with a higher price than normal. But you know what? They're saying we're not going to set the price for you guys in the industry. A lot of companies are waiting for GTA to come out with $100 price point. That's what they want. And GTA is like, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to come out at $100 and set the new norm for pricing the games. They want to give you more value for the games that they actually make, the effort that they put in. And you know what? People have been playing Grand Theft Auto 5 for a long time. If you guys don't remember, that game came out on PS3, man. Like GTA 5 has been around for a long time. So, and one of the things that was said in an article that I think that was very true, if they bring out that game for $100, they'll be shooting themselves in the foot, because a lot of the people out here, for one, there will be a lot of people doing what they're doing with Nintendo, like making all these negative comments and blowing up their, YouTube channels and all their social medias up with all this rhetoric and nonsense based on what they believe a company should not do. But they're not gonna, it seems like they're not going to do that. They're not gonna bring the game out for that price and bring on all that hate. And what that will do, a lot of people will still stick with Grand Theft Auto 5. And they don't want that. They want you to come to Grand Theft Auto 6. They make a lot of money off Grand Theft Auto Online. I have never played Grand Theft Auto Online. I will this time around. If they follow the same path they did with 5, they're going to bring out the game, and then they'll bring out Grand Theft Auto Online later, at a later date. And if they do that, it'd be great, because then I can get through the story and, basically play that game a lot. And so, again, they're not going to be the trendsetters of hiking up prices of games to that point, because once games come to $100, man, I don't know. I don't know. That'll really pretty much hurt our industry. And they're one of the companies that can probably get away with it because of how much people love that series and game. But I don't think they want to do that. So according to them, that's not what they're gonna do. So we're gonna be on the lookout for that. GTA come out at $80 at most, and then tack on all your other collectors and special editions and all that stuff, and add all that extra money onto it. But the base standard game should not be no more, I think no more than $70. But because Mario Kart set their bar at 80, maybe they might go with that. But it seems like Nintendo's even drawing back on their prices. Donkey Kong came out at $70, and I'm getting way more gameplay out of Donkey Kong than I am out of Mario Kart. So I think that is pretty much what is going on with Grand Theft Auto, and I think that is a great thing that they are talking about, as far as not bringing that up to that price that people are actually going to hate, which is $100. All right, Ninja Gaiden 4 is coming out with a 120 frames per second mode. This is amazing. This is great. We have been able to enjoy this on the PC platform for a long time. A lot of the people on console don't have this luxury that most of their games are on 120 frames per second. But you know what? It is a difference. 60 frames and 120 is a huge difference in the way the game looks and the way the game streams too as well. So it looks like it's going to be 60 frames per second on the older, less powerful systems, which would be Xbox Series S. But as far as Xbox Series X and PS5, it will be at 120 frames per second, which is great news. I don't know what they have not even talked about, if they're going to make a more powerful mode as far as higher than that on the PlayStation 5 Pro. Not sure. They haven't talked about that yet. But as of right now, we got 120 frames per second that will happen on Ninja Gaiden 4, which is great news. All right. Now we also have some more news on Battlefield 6. Battlefield 6 right now is one of the top concurrently played games on Steam of all time. It's not in the top 10, but it is in the top 50. It's ranking right now right around 38, and it's probably going to go up even more with more people being able to come in this beta weekend, and then us early access people continue to play the game as well. So you're going to probably see that game jump up to about 400 to 500,000, hopefully, and that would be great. And this is some great news for Battlefield. Battlefield has been hurting for a long time, and it is a revered series, and a lot of us that are vets that have played that game for a long time, we remember the great days of that series. And it's sad to see that it almost sounded like that the series was going to go away. So thank God that they hired Vincent Pella and his team, and they brought that team on board. I have a few gripes with the game, but you know what? They're very minor. I hope there's some big 64 on 64, 124, 124 like maps in the game. Some of the maps are kind of like smaller than I expect from a Battlefield game. I play a lot of Conquest. That's my mode that I love the most. And yeah, so I've been, the game is getting a lot of great publicity. They did a great job getting this game ready for the community to play, and it was kind of rough in the beginning with the queue times when you tried to log into the early access beta. I got in like right away to load the game up, and I was in like a 200,000 queue, and I got in about 30 minutes. So I played it pretty much overnight. Started around I think like 3 a.m. I think it was, and got in to play the game. Had a lot of fun and been playing it ever since. So again, congratulations to Battlefield 6. You're doing a great job. All you can do from now and going forward with this series and game is just improve it on what you already have done. They laid the groundwork of this game. All they got to do is just keep improving the systems that they've already created. And if you are a Battlefield fan, you already know how good these games get over time. They still support some of the older games that they brought out 10, 15 years ago. They just amazing like that. And this game is going to improve over time as well. Now, next article of news that we have is Google loses to Epic Games. So typically, and this is probably a good thing that this happened, but typically what Apple and Google do when there's in-app purchases for games that have that, they charge a transaction fee. And Epic was like, no, we don't want that. We want to be able to charge our fan base and customers the price of what we charge them through our revenue system, and we don't want you digging into that profit that we've made by charging us transaction fees. So that was a big lawsuit that went on. It looks like Epic Games have won that, which is great. According to the article, they did lose to Apple, which is Epic, but it looks like they're gonna win this with Google. So and then what might come out of this, if this will hold true, and if Google do not take this to the Supreme Court, what will happen is a lot of these companies that have their own revenue paying systems, they will go this route as well and try to make it where they can charge their own revenue for their games. And we already know that Google would not like that. So, but there you go. That is a hats off win to Epic Games for winning that battle. And the last bit of news, which is some great news, I've played World of Tanks for years. I haven't played in a while, but this is the 15-year anniversary that they got going on right now. So there's a celebration. 15 years, they got a lot of things going on. I have all this information that's been coming up on the screen so you guys can read these things. And I also have all the 15-year anniversary, doodads and all the events and the stuff that you can get in this game as well. So congratulations to the World of Tanks team. Congratulations to the fans that have been supporting this game for a long time. There's a special gift that veterans get if they had an account before 2012. I don't know if I have that. I'm not 100% sure, but I did play the game a long time ago. I've been a fan for a long time, but I will log into this game and see if I'm a part of that veteran group, and if so, congratulations to me. I will have some things to celebrate, but good. Jump into the game. See all these celebrations that's going on, and if you never played World of Tanks before, it is actually on consoles as well. And I was shocked how good I think World of Tanks translated to the console. I thought it was going to be absolutely garbage, and it was actually a decent game. I was happy with what I played on the Xbox Series X and Xbox One actually, and it's a good game. If you never played it before, try it out on console. I think you'll like it. It's a slower pace, multiplayer game when it comes to PvP, but you know what? It's with tanks and it's a lot of fun. So there's a lot of history going on there. So there's a lot of things you can get in this game this week. So good news with that one. All right, we're going to end up with the retro perspective. These are games that I played in my past. So I mentioned Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Last week, I'm going to test my Retron 3 today to see if my actual cartridge works. If it does work, I'm going to update you guys next week on when we're going to do, I'll fight with Mike Tyson. So I'm looking forward to that. It's got a couple of things to iron out, and we can get into that. But my retro perspective game for this week is none other than Tecmo Bowl. I am not going out on a limb and saying this. I think I'm one of the greatest Tecmo Bowl players of all time. if esports were active when I was coming up through high school and in my early 20 years, I would have been a pro player without a doubt. And this is one of the games I would have highlighted. I have memories, and this is a fact, of people coming from around the neighborhood just to play me. And my last memory that I have, which is a not so good one, I think I didn't play the game for about a year or so, but the muscle memory does come in. And as you can see on the screen as well, I also have the game up here, screenshot of Bo Jackson. When I picked that play, people were terrified. I was able to outrun blitzes a lot of times when I picked the game, picked that play. So when I played against people, there's 4 different, plays that you can pick. Most teams have 2-run plays, 2 pass plays. Some teams had 3 pass plays, like the higher octane teams that pass a lot. They would pick my Bo Jackson play all day, and then that was a mind trick. So I pick it a lot, and then I eventually throw out Marcus Allen. I had my throw I made to Tim Brown and Ty Christensen. I'm a big Raiders fan, by the way. So I was able to, beat a lot of people. But when I was competitive in this game, and when I didn't lose, because people just got annoyed with me with Bo Jackson, I pulled out the New York Giants. And there was not a play or running back in a game that Lawrence Taylor could not stop. I was dominating with him. And this glitch I used to do, I don't know if it was a glitch, but it was the way Mark Bavaro used to do like this backwards like slide. When I threw it to him, Mark Bavaro, the tight end on the New York Giants, and it was almost an unstoppable play. I was very good at that game, and I have so many fond memories of just whooping so many people's butts in that game. The one time that I remember losing in a game, that was monumental because my whole room was like full of all my friends, and this guy came here from neighborhood to play me. It's like 15 of us in there, and he beat me. But that's okay though. I got him back though. I got him back like about a week or 2 later, because one of the things that we used to do back in the day, when you beat somebody, and it was a hard win, and they got this from me. You say you retired from the game, that you're not playing it no more. So you annoy somebody because you can't get a rematch. But he gave me a rematch, and when he came back over, I crushed him. So those are some fond memories that I have. I love playing Tecmo Bowl. It's one of my favorite games that I played back in the day. It is one of the greatest sports titles ever made, and it has a long running series. It sucks that they didn't keep the series going on. I still load it up every now and then. After doing this retro perspective with you, I would like to do a live stream at some point with Tecmo Bowl. But you know what? It's a great game. If you never tried it out, do it. And also, let me show you this real quick. This is something else that is awesome. We have people out here that update the rosters to Tecmo Bowl. And this is Tecmo Bowl 2021. This has one of the current, Raiders teams on it. And it has the damn Chief player on the front, which I can't stand. But there's a group of guys that go out every single year, and they update the stats on Tecmo Bowl. This is how deep this, series run with a lot of us. So you could get updated teams of today with Patrick Mahomes. Oh, I can just imagine how he is on his. He's probably ridiculous. Jamar, I can't even imagine how some of these players are, their ratings that they will have on Tecmo Bowl with these new ones. But I might pick up the newest one, 2025 edition of this, live stream that as well. I love getting these new ones and supporting people that do this, because I just appreciate the fact that they do this every single year, load up the current stats of the players. That has to be a lot of work, to do that. And but again, this is a retro perspective that I have playing this game, so many memories, and I was one of the best at it. And some of the people in my neighborhood might talk crap, but they already know, if you could beat me, you were a made man. You were legit, in that game. So, but that's how good I was back in 8-bit era. I was a beast. But all right, that is it for episode 2 of my podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you come back every week for everything that I do. Going through the epic loot every week and going through my adventure log and my quest log, and I'm going my adventure journal, my quest log, and then getting this retro perspective going. every single weekend. You learning a little bit more about me every single weekend in games that I play. So I'm talking about a lot of retro games. Couple of things that I want to talk about. I do have the analog 3D coming at some point. So that's going to put all my N64 games into 4K. We'll be playing that. There will be some live streams coming in on that. We also have our next 24-hour stream coming up. It will be Gears of War Reloaded. That's coming up at the end of August. If you want to join in on that fun or come watch and hang out, that's going to happen. And I will be at PAX West. Okay, I couldn't get in as Darth Springer Media because it's kind of a newer company, so I have to meet certain requirements to be able to do that. But next year, let's work on this. Let's get this podcast pushed out. Let's get Twitch partner. Let's get all these things going. So I'm going to need you guys' help for that. I truly cannot do this by myself. I need your help in this. I have a passion for it. I love doing this. This is what I'm going to be doing, hopefully, for the next that I can remember. And I'm looking forward to it. So TikTok community, thank you. YouTube community, thank you. Twitch community, thank you very much. Facebook community is coming up, and I adore all the communities that we have. So thank you, everybody, for sticking out to the end of this episode 2 of Looking for Party podcast. I'll see you soon. Thank you, and game on. Take care. Darth Spriggan out.